Color guard pause. Right, left face. Post. Color. Present arms. Please stand for the Star Spangled Banner. Order arms. Right, left face. Forward march.
Good evening, class of 2025 graduates. Please remain standing and join us in singing the first verse of Lift Every Voice and Sing. Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, I would like to call affectionately known as Granddad, Mr. Jamil Patterson, to the stage to introduce this year's commencement speaker.
Good evening, everyone. Today I will be introducing Corey A. Harlan. Corey A. Harlan is a native of Chicago's Story Southside, and he is on a mission to promote social justice through youth empowerment and philanthropy. Corey was 12 years old when federal authorities arrested and convicted his father for his involvement in a sprawling narcotics trade. Initially sentenced to serve 15 years as a result of President Obama's criminal justice reform efforts. Corey's father was released from prison 2.5 years early. This profoundly informed Corey's calling. It helped him realize that he too could deal. His dealing, however, would involve a substance that undergirds every dream, hope. Corey is currently the CEO of Hope Dealers, an organization he created to promote civic engagement and expose youth to the immense possibilities education affords. He is also the inaugural vice president of partnerships and operations at Herondor Family Foundation and an adjunct professor of education at Truman College. A Bill and Melinda Gates Scholar. Corey earned a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science from Morehouse College and Master's of Arts in Urban Education, Policy, and Curricula from Concordia University. Now please help me welcome Corey Harlan.
Let's give Jamil another round of applause. Greetings, staff, admin, and the incomparable class of 2025. Let's make some noise for the class of 2025. Class of 2025, today is your big one, and you deserve to be happy and flexing as much as you want. Allow me to tighten up your departure as you head into a life on a journey and a flight called adulthood. First, please ensure your seatbelt is tight. Next, when the turbulence of life hits, please put your own mask on first. Adulthood is a new chapter, and guess what? You are the pilot of this life. The beauty of young adulthood is that you have the promise to win at this beautiful thing called life. Yes, we all have a past. We have made some mistakes along the way. But you find the perfect adult, please show them. Scholars, I know you all have had the front row seat to what everyone is proclaiming as YNs. And a lot of times we hear that, it bothers me to my core. But today, I want to introduce you to this class of young and noble scholars. In our life, we have the opportunity to create our own narrative. And on your journey, scholars, people will try to tell you who you are, and whose you are. But I promise you, you know who you are and whose you are. No one can stop your greatness. Scholars, I want you to understand that as crafters of your own narrative, you have the power and the wit to do every single thing that you want to do in this life. Be excited about being the author of your narrative, because I promise you, every single day, someone will try to rewrite that for you. And let me just explain and expound a little more around that by introducing you to a young man that I know very well by the name of Pullman. Pullman's story began on 119th State and 119th in Michigan. Born to teen parents, fighting poverty, trying to make a way out of no way. And while growing up for this young man, Pullman, he saw firsthand what happens when you fall into the stereotype. What happens when you give up and don't believe in crafting your own narrative? Born to those two young teens who were actively involved in gangs and selling drugs, Pullman used that as a role model to create the new narrative. Yes, everyone knew this young man's dad as a dope dealer, and so he decided to create the new norm and create a new story and rewrite the story of his teen parents. Let me tell you something. Statistics say a lot of things. But when I tell you as a crafter of your own story, you have the ability to stand 10 toes down and make that difference. And so today, I tell you the story of that young man, Pullman, who did not only came through those obstacles, but decided to say, let's start a story worth the headline. Pullman then on a journey, got a full academic scholarship to Morehouse College in Atlanta, Georgia. And on that full ride journey, he was introduced to how you craft this. And that is me. And I tell you this story because when you rewrite your story, people will be amazed. And I say that because when I went to Morehouse College and returned to the halls of Chicago Public Schools, each and every day on that journey, when I got my first job at the elementary school, Loudon Elementary School, as dean of students, I never forget an individual telling me what it was. And I never forget looking at them in their face and said, no, I graduated from the esteemed Corliss High School. And to hear all of the time to go from 103rd to 838 Westview Drive in Atlanta, Georgia, is when I tell you that creating the narrative is all up to you. This is your flight. This is your life. And now you have the opportunity to fly this plane of adulthood to the destination that you want to, and you will. Allow you all into a little bit close and personal part of my life. The same young man that I told you that grew up in the community of Roseland is the same young man that sat at the table and broke bread with Bill and Melinda Gates as a Bill and Melinda Gates scholar. My first time meeting a couple that is billionaires. And I'll never forget sharing a story with my grandmother. She said, how did it feel? And I simply said, it's normal, because that's the expectation of who we are as Black and brown children here in these United States. So on your journey, you would never know where you will go. But I tell you, all the places you will go will change your life forever. And on and greater in life today, I get to be able to be a person that actually sits weeks after weeks working with someone else that everyone knows and everyone's familiar with by the name of Oprah Winfrey. I'm able to get on a call and actually make decisions with someone a lot of people have looked up to, have admired, have seen. But let me tell you all the secret. The seat you sitting in today, someone else will come behind you. And the reason why I'm pressing upon you to create your own narrative is because I want you to stand here and be able to deliver the same particular speech, but with a little more flair onto how you get to where you go. At this time, will all of the graduates please stand and face your supporters, your families. Please stand. Graduates, I want you to look at your supporters, your families, and I want you to repeat after me. I will not. Come on, y'all gotta say it after me. I will not allow my parents to define me. You gotta say it like you mean it. Next line. I will be the best at whatever I choose to do. And I want you to say this, and I'm telling everybody around 76th Street, 76th Street. I am. Say it like you mean it. I am what the world needs now. One more time. I am what the world needs now. Now say stand. The parents and supporters, please stand and face your baby. Parents and supporters, repeat after me. I got you. I'm rooting for you. I love you. You are the one. All 2025, you are white, but you are young and noble. Let's put an amazing class. You have a hell of a class. Of 2025. Congratulations. Like presented to Harlan is good appreciation for the wonderful speech of the class of 2025. At this time, with the valedictorian of the class of 2025 is Harlan. Please.
Good evening, family, friends, and faculty, and most importantly, class of 2025. God, make some noise. Amen. We're here today, dressed in our classic, ready to walk over. But before we step forward and complete what we're doing for, let's take a moment to reflect how far it's came. 4 years ago, we were very close about what the world had planned for us. We walked into high school wearing masks, not just but the ones But the mandate was covering our faces as we navigate through a world that had changed overnight. COVID turned what was supposed to be a fresh start into a time of isolation and frustration. Online learning replaced crowded hallways, our students became our classrooms, and our teachers who usually walked up and down the aisle at homework were now just times where they were Zoom. But if there was one thing that I've learned and one thing that has proven, it is that we're resilient. Despite the challenges, we found ways to push forward. We walked in but today, we are here as young adults, stronger, wiser, and ready to take on the world. We have learned lessons inside and outside of the classroom, discovered new passions, and built friendships that will last a lifetime. And while the years may pass, and some of us may lose touch, always remember somewhere a thousand is rooting for you. No matter what life takes you, you will always have family here at home. And as we prepare to take our and look at the person next to us and say, "Here." Because let's be honest, it wasn't all. There were days where we didn't think we would make it, when the stress and the pressure and the obstacles felt heavy. But even on the hardest days, at least one day stood out as and that was enough to keep us going. To my classmates, we are Black excellence in motion. We come from a lineage of strength, brilliance, and perseverance. And today we add another chapter into that legacy. Whether you're going to start your career or chasing your dreams in another way, carry the pride of where you come from with you. Walk into every room with confidence, knowing that you are powerful beyond measure. I want to take a moment to give a special thanks to some of the people who have guided me along this journey. Miss Stewart, thank you for helping me realize the type of woman that I want to become. Your strength and wisdom inspired me that one day I will proudly pledge to a D9 organization. Here's a present to Mr. Dash, Ms. Wagner, Mr. Jordan, and Ms. Butler. Thank you all for always supporting me and pushing me to be better and to my fullest potential. And to First Class, thank you for always allowing me to rest when I was tired. Lastly, Dr. Jones, thank you for saying something in me that I didn't see in myself. You encouraged me to do dual enrollment and gave me the second chance at Harlan, and for that, I am forever grateful. After high school, I went to a class course over the summer, following up with college studying business administration in the fall. I know a lot of us may be excited, yet scared to leap into but this has been what we've been preparing for and learning about. So take this next step, jump into it with confidence, always knowing that you have your heart preparing for this. Finally, when you carefully this place we call home for the past 4 years, I ask that God cover us on this journey, and to guide our steps and protect us in the moments of uncertainty and remind us that we are greatness. No matter where life takes us, we will always be found. Congratulations, class of 2025, and finally, let's give a warm. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce the head of Harlan for the past 2 years, illustrious Dr. Now, before we begin, y'all can do we've been here about 30 minutes and y'all been here 20 to get to a roll. Time to stand up. While you're here, you guys to the Good evening, class of 2025 family, friends, and Harlan faculty. We are so excited to celebrate this joyous occasion with you. Class of 2025, you did it, and I could not be more proud of you. All all the the for high school journey in a pandemic. Class of 5, let's talk about everything that you accomplished. You earned $1,870,741 in scholarships. When I look to Black and Brown excellence, Nadia, Jalen, Jamil, Carolina, you when you took African American studies. Legacy of taking kids to leave campus early, 6, 7, and 8 periods, to do an internship with Harlan Lions. And I'm so very proud of this young man right here, Robert. You watched the boy as a leader of our JLTV program over here. What is it? The first school, you transferred from looking for you got just that. You ended up taking a class in the top 10 with a 3.14 GPA. Our class of 2025 top 10 students are wearing silver cords. Please say a top 10. The Walkins. Jeremiah at 2. Just you all make us feel it. This is our accomplishments that you would have been this is your class was able to accomplish this year, but congratulations, you did it. You fought late nights and early mornings, pressure, doubt, distractions, and this is some chaos. And that down, proving what you're made of. There's no small thing that's resilience. But let me tell you something about this. This is the starting gate. You're about to step into a world that doesn't always make space for people who look like you. I'm gonna let that rest on you. Who sound like you or who come from where you come from. But that's okay because you weren't made to blend in. You were made to build, to lead, and to change the game. And to do that, there are a few things you must carry with you. Not in your backpack, but in your mindset. The first thing that you need to consider as you go out into the world is do what you say you don't do. Let me say it to you again. Do what you say you don't do. Let me get into your language. Stand on business. In this world, talk is free, but consistency, powerful, integrity, that's God. If you're saying do it, let your actions speak louder than your louder than your witnesses and louder than your fears. Your word means something, not just to others, but to you. Because you build trust within yourself. A life to black and brown excellence. Not to pictures. Effort is showing up fully, no matter the circumstance. You don't need the perfect center, all the resources in the world. Start You are. Use what you have. Do what you can. Make excellence your standard, not your option. Some people let them. You say excellence anyway. Number three, push through. No excuses. Life will test you. There will be days you feel like everything, but adversity means stop. It means push hard. Excuses will always be available, results won't. Your job is not to wait until it's easy. Your job is to push through when it's hard, to show up when you don't feel like it, to choose more when it's unfair and when it's unclear. That's how you grow. That's how you rise. Class of 2025. When you go off in the world, don't come back home. Do not gonna say it to you again. You all give it too easily. You have everything in you that you need. Know this. You've been fighting your whole life. Now fight for you. I'm gonna say it again. Know this. You've been fighting your whole life. Now fight for you. You had to fight just to be seen, fight to be heard, fight to be valued, fight to be respected. You see systems that work different in classrooms, on buses, in jobs, in neighborhoods, where sometimes listening. But now it's the noise, the critics, the doubters, the distractions. It doesn't matter if it's friends, family, haters, strangers. You guys be your biggest cheerleader. Root for your life of change because in many ways it does. You want everyone else, now fight for you. Number five, what is for you today? Let me pause for a moment because you can wonder how I'm here and speak to you with confidence. It's not because I hate you, it's because I experience, I feel your pain. I was told I was black, a woman, ghetto, two-house smoker. My hair was out of two different spaces that I wanted to move in, and that I uplifted voices of people who look like us too much. What they didn't know is that I grew up in the hood. I was raised by a single mother, and as someone who was not there, I was the most under-resourced in the city. Did I mention I was poor, homeless at times, and never had my needs fully met? I wasn't raised in love. I was raised in survival. But survival is something you never did. That living while black and brown and poor doesn't make you less spiritually powerful. It trains you to show up strong, to speak loud, and to see that black woman are worthy of every speech and every space. When I saw your pain, when I heard your struggles, when you looked in your eyes and said, I'm tired, and you say not over. There's black and brown resistance, and today, I feel like let's use your purpose. Use it to bust through everyone, to demand to be seen, to insist on being heard, and to never push the boundaries. Taking care of your mind. This is not optional. You cannot walk in the if your mind is breaking down in the break of unspoken pain. You cannot read if you're lost inside. You cannot serve others if you can't heal yourself. Mental health is not weakness, it's wisdom. Quiet practice, sit in silence, go to therapy, breathe, rest, heal. You are not a machine, you are a human being, and your purpose needs a strong, healthy version of you. Seven, live on purpose, not just for money, not just for titles, not just to prove people wrong. Live on purpose yourself life. You were made for bigger than survival. You were made to build, to lead, to create, to uplift. And when you walk in purpose, every challenge becomes a stepping stone. They step up. Every no becomes fuel for your best. Black and brown excellence is not just about personal success, it's about community power. It's about honoring every function. As ensuring the world what it looks like is rooted in culture, struggle, strength, and sorrow. Never lose sight of that. Because every time we remind the world we belong here. So today, I'm not just celebrating your graduation, I'm charging your position. Go out into the world, do what you say you will do, commit to excellence, push through, take care of your mind, be your loudest and in your purpose, because the city needs you. You need you. Congratulations, class of 2025. Now go out and show them who you are. Let's give our graduates a round of applause. Faculty, staff, these friends, graduates. If you don't sound like they're ready, it's still a little bit too dry. Are you ready? Without further ado, let's give a huge class of 2025 turn up for Ms. Grimes. Your kind graduates, as I said yesterday, we do all things with decorum. That's in decency and order. Thank you. And now for the moment, I would like why for that? Let's give it up again for the voting for. I have the honor and as a great student. Are you ready? Are you ready? As we practice, you will be given your diploma in the hall. You will meet your graduates. The exit is over there to my right.